It was supposed to be a place of healing, a place where people went to get better, not to die. But behind the sterile walls of the ICU, a silent killer wore scrubs. This is the chilling, true story of Charles Colley, a nurse who didn't just care for his patients. He chose who would die next. Charles Colley was a registered nurse. Quiet, efficient, reliable. He worked long hours, rarely complained, and over 16 years, he moved between 9 different hospitals. But wherever Colley went, unexplained deaths followed. Patients who were recovering suddenly flatlined. Lab reports didn't add up, and yet, no one said a word. Because Charles Colley didn't look like a killer. He looked like a caregiver. Born in 1960, Charles Colley grew up in West Orange, New Jersey. Tragedy struck early. His father died when he was just a baby. At 17, his mother died in a car accident. That broke him. He joined the Navy, but was discharged after erratic behavior. Then, he became a nurse, graduated in 1987, and that is when the dying began. Charles Colley didn't use a gun or a knife. He used insulin, digoxin, heparin, powerful drugs that could kill silently. He'd access medical carts after hours, inject deadly doses into 4 bags, then walk away unnoticed. The patients, many elderly, recovering, and stable, would crash. Doctors were baffled. Families devastated. He was always on his shift, always when he was around. One victim, Florian Gall, was recovering well. He was talking, laughing, eating, then suddenly, dead. Colley was there that night. He always was. Every time suspicion built, Colley moved on. Another hospital, another set of victims. Finally, someone noticed. Death rates were rising. Digoxin levels were off the charts. Patients who weren't even prescribed insulin had lethal amounts in their system. They dug into hospital records, compared death logs to Colley's work schedule, and what they found was undeniable. Every time Colley clocked in, someone died. Sometimes two. Colley accessed patient charts he wasn't assigned to, pulled drugs he wasn't authorized to administer. The pharmacy logs told the real story. He'd take out 10 vials of digoxin for one patient. It didn't make sense. They had enough. It was time to confront him. A detective said to him, "Charles, you are the common thread. You were there every time." But Charles replied, "I was just helping them pass." The detective said to him, "You killed them." But he replied again, "They were suffering. I stopped it." Colley didn't just confess. He told them there were dozens, maybe hundreds, and no one had stopped him. In 2004, Charles Colley was arrested. He confessed to killing at least 40 patients, but investigators estimate the number could be over 400, making him one of the most prolific serial killers in modern history. He received 18 life sentences with no chance of parole. Hospitals were scrutinized. Why hadn't anyone stopped him? Why had glowing recommendations followed him from job to job? Families were left broken, questions unanswered. A victim's daughter cried out, "My dad went in for treatment. He left in a body bag because of a man wearing a stethoscope." In response, hospitals nationwide introduced tighter drug controls, mandatory reporting laws, and closer oversight of medical staff. But for hundreds of families, it came far too late. Charles Colley wasn't a monster hiding in the dark. He was right in the open. He wore scrubs, carried a clipboard, and walked hospital halls unseen. He didn't kill out of hate. He killed because he could, because no one stopped him. Even the safest places can hide the deadliest secrets. This isn't just a story about a killer nurse. It's about trust, neglect, and the cost of silence.